Hello friends, welcome back. So in today's session we will see Java IDE. We will learn Java IDE. We will learn what is the use of Java IDE and what is the benefits if we use Java IDE and what extra feature IDE is giving that will going to help the developer while developing an applications. So let's get started. So what is IDE? If we say, it is nothing but an integrated development environment. Integrated development environment is nothing but an IDE that will integrate all the resources, all the technologies that is required to develop any application. Suppose your application need Java. You have to develop application using Java, so you need JDK. And if you are developing a web application, then you have to use server, so you have to integrate the server also. For building your project you need any build tools, so that also you have to include. And if you are taking the help of some framework to develop any application, so that also you have to include. So means all these technologies, frameworks, resources you have to combine into a single place that will help you to develop an application. For that purpose we will use IDE. So means integrated development environment. Environment means the technologies, the resources that is integrated into a single place to develop an applications. That is called integrated development environment, or in short form we can say IDE. So an IDE helps the developer to develop any type of application with standard directory structure. So this directory structure is very important. Directory structure of an application is very important. Suppose in the previous sessions we have seen so many programs. How we were writing those programs? We were writing the programs in Notepad or in any text editor, and we are saving that program with .java files, and after that one with the help of terminal or command line we were compiling those files and we were executing those files in terminal only. So that was the process how we were writing the code and we were developing the application, but that is not the recommended way. You cannot do that one. If suppose if your application has thousands of files, 2000, 3000, or not even 1000, even you suppose hundreds, 200, 300, 400 files are there. In that case also, if you put those files in one directory only, it will be confusing. You will not able to identify them according to their functionality also. So in that case you have to use IDE only, because IDE will give you a standard directory structure for an application. So like that IDE has so many features. So we have defined some important features here. Other than that, IDE has many more. If you see these all features, you will come to know once you will be writing code using IDE. You will come to know all the features, but these are the important features that you have to know before to start any IDE. So first one is a directory structure, an application structure. Application structure is nothing but the application directory structure. How it should be? Source code should be separate. After source code, if any compiled files, that has to be put in separate folder, and after that if you did some build, then jar files has to be put in some other folder. So all this is a directory structure only. This is an application structure only. You have to follow that structure. So when you will use IDE, then IDE will follow some standard directory structure for your application. And the second point, it will include the technology resources into a single place and keep ready them to use. Means all the technology and resources keeps ready and placed on one place. Suppose to develop any application you need JDK. If you are developing any application that is web application, then in that case you need server also. And to build your application, definitely you have to use any build tool. And if you are taking the help of any framework to develop any application, that also you have to include. So in that case your IDE is required. And the third one, it makes easy and faster the compilation and execution process of program. Suppose using command line, we have to write so many commands, even so many functions we have to use, so many commands, so many parameters we have to use. So that is a very complicated way to compiling and executing the program. So, and it will time taking process also. It will consume a lot of it's time consuming also. So in that case your IDE will do this very fastly. You no need to write any command like Java CF like that. You don't need to write. You have to do just right click, and using the right click you can choose your appropriate option to run. That's it. So like how will you run the execution, like execute the program, like classes name, method name, object type, etc. Okay, so provide the documentation for class or method or field type. Suppose sometime you some documentations are provided, some documentation is provided. So that documentation, how it will come, your IDE will help you so that you can read the documentation about the class, about the method. That also we will see. It provides a code level suggestion also. Code level suggestion what? Suppose in one class how many methods are there, how will you know? So your IDE will suggest, yeah, in this class these many methods are there that you can use, these many static methods are there, these many constructors are there, these many methods are there, and with this parameter this method is available. So all this information IDE will suggest you. So in that case your programming you can write your program in very fast manner, very fastly. Beautify the code to clearly understand by indentation. Now what is indentation? Suppose if you have written program and that you have not given any spaces. Suppose once you have started new class, in that class you are just writing in the next line only, and after the next line you are not keeping some space before to the line, then your code will look like a very mess up thing. It will look like mess up. It will not be understandable also. So you have to make some indentation. By using this indentation your IDE can beautify your code, and that also will be helpful for reading purpose. This is helpful for code speed efficiency. This is helpful for code readability. And next one is it provide the support for frameworks that can be used to develop an application like Spring Boot. If you want to develop application using Spring Boot, that also you can do. It is very faster way, and you can integrate the Spring Boot. Using some plugins. You can use that one. And it provide a text search. Suppose this is very important feature. Suppose you want to search some class name, or inside the some class you want to search some method or some variables. How it is possible? through the directory structure it's not possible, because operating system itself is not giving this feature. Also, yes, in directory you can search file name only, but inside the file you cannot search the text, but IDE is giving these features to you. So that is very important. And some debugging support also. Debugging is nothing but one line you can examine. In one line what action is happening you can examine. So that is a code debugger. That is a code debugging technique. So your IDE also supports code debugging. It supports the building tools. Building tools means, in the last video we have seen so many building tools are there, like Maven, Gradle, Ant, so many are there. So it is support that also. By default it support that one. You no need to install separately. Provide different type of code running environment, like how run as Java program, run as JUnit, run on server, run as Maven build, in so many ways. If it is a simple program you can run in Java, you can run that one. You want to run in JUnit is nothing but some unit testing if you are doing from your side. If unit testing is happening at the user level only, developer. Unit testing will happen at developer level only. Developer has to do unit testing for his own code. For that purpose, JUnit one packages is there, like you can say JUnit library is there. You can use that JUnit library and you can write your JUnit code itself separately, and that code will test your code. Will test your code. Okay. And you can run JUnit, you can run on server if your application is web application. And if you want to build, you don't want to run, you want to build, like you want to create jar file, so that also you can do, run on Maven build, like that. So different types of running environments is available into your IDE, and many more, so many features will be there. So this is about IDE, and these are the major features of IDE. It is not limited to these one. Your IDE is not limited to with these many features. It has a many more features, many more features that you will come to know once you will start using IDE. You will come to know about all the features. You can install some others support also, other plugins also you can install. That is up to the developer only. So there are some IDEs are available in this currently. So many IDEs are available that some of them are free, some of them are paid. We have listed here 4 IDEs that is majorly being used. So very common is NetBeans. You can use NetBeans also. You can use Eclipse also. Intel IDE, IDEA you can use, or Spring Toolshoot we can use. We will use this Spring Toolshoot only, because this has all the supported feature with no extra installation. In NetBeans, if you want to use any framework support, you have to install like Spring or Spring Boot, then you have to install the plugin separately. In Eclipse you have to install separately plugins. Intel IG not at all supported for Enterprise Edition. This is free for only standard edition development. If you want to develop any web application, then you have to pay, then only you can able to, means you have to buy. It's not free for Enterprise Edition. It is free for standard edition only. This is free for all, and you don't need to install anything separately. This is given by Pivotal company, or Pivot company is parent company is VMware. This IntelliJ is provided by JetBrains, and Eclipse is provided by Eclipse Foundation. NetBeans is provided by Oracle, Sun Microsystems, and Apache Software. These 3 companies is holding NetBeans. So we will use this STS, but you can download any of them and you can use. It's not for standard edition. Standard edition means using the standard edition you can develop only the standalone application, only the desktop application that you can develop with the help of any IDE, because for this feature is free for all the IDEs, even it is NetBeans, Eclipse, IntelliJ, Spring, anything. But if you want to develop any web application, then you can use NetBeans, no issue. You can use Eclipse, no issue. But you can't use IntelliJ IDEA because you have to pay. It's free. It's not free for Enterprise Edition, and this STS is a free that you can use. Eclipse is also free and NetBeans is also free. So this is these are the some IDs that you can use. Now we will see how you can download actually. Suppose if you open this netbeans.apache.org, then your UI will look like this one. Oh sorry, this one. This is your Apache NetBeans. So current version is 20.4. Oh sorry, 12.4. So how will you download? You have to go to here right hand side and the top corner, and you click on download. Once you click there, you can see here so many are there. You can see this one is a latest feature update. Currently Apache NetBeans 12 is there. So you can use this one, no issue. This is some feature update, but this is better. Apache NetBeans 12 LTS. LTS stands for long term support, that you can use, and you have to click on this download and you will see this UI. Here you can download. This first one is exe file, that is for Windows operating system. Next one is a shell file, shell script, that is for Linux operating system, and the last one is DMG, that is for Mac operating system. That is up to your choice, means up to your according to your operating system you can download. And yeah, and you can means it is shell script, then you can double click there and your it will automatically start. So you can launch that one and you can run, because in all the IDEs the feature is same. How will you create the project, how will you run the project, how will you build the project, all feature is same in all the IDEs. There is no difference in that one, but we will use STS only. Through that one also you can run the same code in NetBeans also, because in the UI no major change actually, same only. You can run in means running way, building way, creating the objects, all are same for all the IDs, but we will use STS only. So this is for Apache NetBeans. If you want to download the Eclipse, then you will open this the second link to download this Eclipse. You can click on this one and you will see this UI. here if you see down to this download x8664 download packages is there, one link is there. You can click on this one and it will show this one, it will show this UI. Here you can download, this is the installer. You no need to download installer. What installer will do? Installer will install in using the steps that you no need to do. You can directly download this one. So this is the first one is only for the Java standard edition. You can develop only the standard edition application. You cannot develop any web application. The second one is both Eclipse IDE for enterprise, Java and web developers. So in this one you can develop standard edition and enterprise edition both. So you can download this one according to your operating system. The first one is for Windows, second one is for Mac, and the third one is for Linux. You can download this one according to your operating system. And this is for IntelliJ IDEA. IntelliJ IDEA you can see here buy option. This is for standard edition. If you want to buy a standard edition, you can buy. That's up to your choice and you can develop. And if you want to download IntelliJ, then you can click on this download and your download will be started. Yeah, see, this is for Linux, for JVM and Android development, free, build and open source. for web and enterprise development. You can see here, see, currently our operating system is Linux, so it is coming in Linux. You can choose to any of them, like Windows, Mac or Linux. For all this is it's not free. For Linux, community version is nothing but the standard edition. Using the standard edition, you can develop Android application and Java standard edition application, both you can develop. So that is free, you can download, no issue. But if you want to develop any enterprise application or any web application, then you have to pay. 30 days free trial they are giving, free 30 days trial they are giving. After 30 days you have to pay. So this one we are not recommending. You can, if you want to buy, you can buy and you can use, that is up to your choice. Third one is a STS, that is completely free. All are free. See, all are free except this IntelliJ IDEA only. IntelliJ IDEA is paid for web application. For standard edition it is free, but for web application it is not free. Other are all are free. You can use any of them, no issue. So this is a Spring Toolsheet. So Spring Toolsheet you can download according to your operating system for Linux, Mac or Windows. So we have downloaded already and we will use this one. Okay. So the next is, yes. So the next we will see how we can create the Java project in STS. So I am opening my STS. So this is our STS. Currently when you freshly open, it will come like that only. It will come like that only. Sometime it will ask you some workspace. Workspace is nothing but you can select any directory, that's it. Workspace is nothing but when where your code will placed or your configuration will placed for your IDE. So that is called workspace. So it will ask for you workspace. You can give workspace and you can give continue. So after that one, your IDE will show this view, this UI. So here we have to create our project. How we will create our project? If you see here in the left panel, create Java project, create new Spring Starter project, import Spring get started content, create project. It will tell, you will select which type of project. Here it will create Java project. And if this one is not coming, suppose some other project is there, then you can go to the file, new, and you can select from here which project you want to create. We want to create Java project only first. So when you click on this one, so it will ask for your project name. Suppose I will give a Java demo, Java SE demo, SE demo. So this is our project name, and here we can select the location. So because this is our workspace, we have selected this workspace, so according to your workspace it will automatically come. And here use execution environment, which Java or standard edition you want to use, up to your choice you can use, but most recommended is Java standard edition 11, but no issue, you can use Java standard edition 15 also. That is up to your choice. Currently we are taking by default, this is the last version, this one only, and this one you can keep as it is and click on next. See, now see, if you see, it is automatically creating the directory structure for your application. Your inside application it will create one SRC. SRC means source code. SRC means source code. Inside this project, your project first directory will be Java SC demo. Inside Java SC demo it will create SRC. Under this SRC you can create your packages. So this is a structured way. This is a structured way of your application. So I will click on finish and module name. If you want, don't create, that is up to your choice. If you want to create some module you can create. Currently I will give don't create. So this is your project here and this is your directory structure. So in Java standard edition demo, this is the one directory, and inside this directory one SRC is there. Inside SRC you can create your package. See, I want to create new what new package. You can give a package name like com.tech hub dot java se demo. That's it. So this is our package. Now this package is created. Inside this package you can create your classes. I will create main class, or if you want to create class with the this is one main class. I am deleting this one currently. You can delete. You can create the main class with the suppose main class with main method also, so that you can check here public static void main method and finish. So in this class, so this is your class to do auto generated method stuff. You have to do something here. So this is your code, and here you can give your documentation. When you click /* and press enter, automatically it will come. Author, here you can describe the main class, something like that, and control shift F if you give, it will do indentation. How it is doing? Suppose currently this code is beautified. I am printing here some message system.out. See, when I am giving here system dot, it is automatically suggesting what are the methods is there in this system class. So system dot out dot println, and you can print. So in this main method we will write one message like hello, welcome to Java world. That's it, and we will run this one. How? Right click here, run as Java application. Simple, it's running. You no need to open a terminal, you no need to, and if you want to build, you can that also. Okay, yeah, export you have to do. You can do export how Java jar file. Next, and jar file where you want to create like my main class, my main, you can give my main dot jar. Where you want to put this one, you can select that one. Currently I am giving in desktop Java demo, and this is yesterday's step. You can delete and finish it. Yes, so it will create that one. So that is very easy. You can do like that also. And suppose how it is indentation. Suppose this is indentation, this is indentation. If you see okay, this is not. So here if you see this document, we are talking about indentation. What is indentation? Now this file is not indent, we have to do indentation for this one. So how will you do? Control shift plus F. This is indentation. It is beautifying your code. That is called indentations. So like that, so many features will be there. Here is the console. You want to see the history will also be available. At what time? Suppose this is another history. This class was created at that time. This class is created at this time. At this time, this class was this thing. It is making the history also. It is keeping the history of your files also. So many features will be there. So like that we have to use an IDE, that is integrated development environment. So in the next video we will see class and object in Java. As we have already discussed about class and Java, but we have seen class and object in the perspective of object oriented programming only. Now we have to see the class and object according to Java perspective, how the object is creating, what steps is happening while creating the object, and how the class is loading, what features and what actions is happening when the class is being loaded. So all these steps, and what is the member of class, how many members of a class is available in Java. So all this we will learn in the next video. So I hope you like the video, and thanks for watching, and we will see you in next session. Till that, bye bye.